This is the TIP Network, where we focus on ways to help you level up, foster self-improvement with just a little bit of sarcasm. So, let's see. Let's start with some sarcasm. Lizzo has struck again, Miss Body Positivity, Miss Big Draws, Let Your Cheeks Hang Out. She apparently went to Cardi B's 29th birthday party, basically bucket naked. She was wearing like
the Rihanna dress.
Yeah, she was wearing like a blue mesh scarf, and you could see a lot of curds and wades underneath. Which this is what confuses me. Lizzo is a pretty lady facially.
Yeah,
she's a big girl though, and like I never understood like the double standard that comes across. Like, well, be body positive and just let yourself be what yourself are, and I have to love you for exactly how you look. And I'm like,
so you're saying the woman telling you that?
Yeah, women say I love myself and you should love me for how I look. And I'm like, why? I just heard you say you don't want no scrubs, and dude is like 5'5" and he too short for you, and you want a man with 6 inches, 6 feet 6 inches and 6 figures, and I hear all this stuff consistently, but all of a sudden when it comes to men, we just supposed to just accept anything. And so here's the bottom line: Lizzo can do whatever she wants, but it doesn't mean that people have to rock with it.
But Grover, what about the guys that find her attractive?
Good for them.
And what would you say is how many people do you think would find her attractive?
3%.
3%
of the male population.
And out of that 3% that find her attractive, how many of that 3% do you think she finds them attractive?
0%.
Why is that?
Because she wants Captain America.
So they're basically missing either figures, or height, or abs, or what else? Missing one? And inches.
Yeah. So here's the bottom line: Lizzo ain't trying to get with no regular dude. I mean, look, we see a lot of women walking around the hood, walking around the neighborhood.
Wait, we should get it with Spice Adams though.
No, she would not get with Spice Adams. And Spice Adams is the boy. Spice Adams is my boy. I love his content. He's hella funny. You never see like a bunch of dudes looking like Spice Adams, a bunch of big dudes. Even though Spice Adams is a former NFL player, probably in better shape than 95% of the dudes that she's around with abs. He probably can go better than them, more flexible. You see dude dance, he's just
probably runs a 40 faster.
Yeah. Like he's a super athlete, right? He's an NFL, he's an elite athlete, right? But even though that, right? She ain't trying. No, she looking for the dude who's cut, chiseled, looks this and looks that, And it was funny because when
she got to shoot her shot though.
She shot her shot, and Kevin Samuels said, "Are you crazy?"
Wait, didn't she shoot her shot with Thor and Captain America?
Yeah,
right?
she trying to get all the Avengers. She better go down to Hawkeye though. She ain't
so she's working down the hierarchy.
She gonna be a rocket. She gonna be a rocket
soldier.
She gonna be a rocket next. She gonna be at the raccoon. He's a bottom line, dude.
So all right. So I've been watching a lot of black creators, right? So this is the only reason why I know certain things, because I've been watching a lot of O'Shea Duke Jackson.
O'Shea Duke,
And from what I've seen, some of his videos is that the sisters, black women. It seems you can correct me anytime you want, because I'm not
your preference. Anyway,
all right.
So Scott's like, the sisters, hit me up on Instagram, Scott.TIEE, Scotty Hottie, Instagram.
Hit the DMs up.
Hit the DMs up, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Anyway, go on, Scott.
All right, so then with that is, in the O'Shea Duke Jackson videos, talking about how the sisters have been complaining about the brothers going after, or they're in relationships with girls of different ethnicities. But here Lizzo is shooting her shot with the white dudes. So is that an issue too, or no?
Well, no. Only first of all, for brothers, I mean, look, I don't care who you date. My lady from Mexico, and I'm happy as hell. And first of all, it's about the connection and this, that, and that, and this. I don't care, but I can tell you that I was walking around with an acquaintance of mine in San Francisco, and she happened to be Armenian. and a little short Armenian girl. Man, those sisters looked at me like I had just like slapped their mama. Oh, and I swear,
how dare you?
I swear, I walk by. Every time one of them gets some money, they go and get the whitest thing they can find. I was like, Jesus Christ! I was just like, I was like, we're literally going down here to do some business, you know. But like in the tech world, you just wear jeans all the time and stuff. So it's like, you know, I was God, it was about almost 20 years ago. I was just like wearing jeans and a t-shirt, and we were going there, and we were close and chummy around, but like just the looks of she even said, man, these women are looking at me like I'm doing something bad. And she's like, I'm never going out with you again. It's just like, and I was like, I don't know these women, but it's just the way it is. Look, here's the bottom line. When Lizzo does it or anybody else does it, sisters like, go home, get your man, this, that, and this. It ain't no good black man anyway. Blah, 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 blah. Rah, rah, rah. Right? But when a brother does it, sometimes they get mad. But, you know, most brothers who do it, we don't care. I don't care. Look, I'm friends with dudes who are pro-black that they only date black women.
All right, so
it's no big deal.
From a black man's perspective, what do you think the average black man would think about Lizzo wearing what she's wearing?
Well, here's the problem, right? So, I'm like a live and let live type person, but it's inappropriate. It's inappropriate. You're in public like that.
So, referring back to the video when she was at the Lakers stadium?
Oh, well, here's my problem with Lizzo. Is that she has a history of wearing stuff like that. She, you know, dropping atomic butt drop at the Lakers stadium, you know, shaking it, and the old white man is like, oh, that booty right there, booty clap. Oh, that's the best booty. I ain't seen ass like that. Oh, booty, rocking everywhere. All of a sudden, she started dropping it, and this white dude started singing Yin Yang Twins. Yeah. You know, he started singing Bubba Sparks, Miss New Booty. All of a sudden, I'm like, all right, come on, dude. Come on. Like I just said, like how we portray ourselves, we have a bad enough image. I'm actually, like when I go places, I try to portray myself as not as a pillar of community, but look, I coach kids. I'm around children. Who look at me for guidance. One of my kids asked me things about fighting, asked me things about like, you know, getting bullied, ask me things about life. Like, a young man's coming to me, talking to me about life. I'm trying to give the best advice I can. I got to behave myself a certain way. When I see pillars of our community, or people in our community, even though entertainers should not be leaders, but guess what?
They are.
People look at them as leaders, right? When I see them dressing like in a knit dress, just because Rihanna could do it, well, you know what? You're not Rihanna. Rihanna's
Grover, what about But, like, it's body positivity.
Yeah. You know, first of all, body positivity blows my mind away, because I thought body positivity was like when I was young, and I would see people with like one leg, or they got burnt, and they'd be like, don't make fun of them. You know, it's not their fault, right?
Or,
you know,
genetic disorders.
Now body positivity has turned into like, not don't shame people because things they can't control, to like whatever they want to do, it's fine.
When they have the discipline to be able to keep themselves in shape. In fact, okay, I'm going to go on like just a really quick rant here, is if you're not keeping yourself disciplined, in shape, at least like to a healthy standard internally, you're going to basically be preventing yourself from getting these high hospital bills down further in the future. What if you become pre-diabetic and you turn it into diabetic? I mean, I've been listening to a lot of Patrice O'Neal this past few days, right? And he died because of his diabetes, right? And he was talking about how his mother, how he was worrying about his mother's feet because she was diabetic. And it was all through, from what I've observed, probably had to been through the diet, through allowing the body, allowing the impulses of the body to take over and just eat whatever the hell you want and not be disciplined.
100%.
And he actually even talked about it too, that he should have taken care of himself better.
And you know, Patrice O'Neal, he didn't only die from diabetes; he had a stroke.
Yeah, stroke.
He had a stroke. And what happened to Patrice O'Neal, which in my book is the third greatest comedian to ever live. You know, I say my greatest comedian, number one. Everybody's going to disagree with me, but George Carlin is number one to me. Then
wow, really?
Yeah, George Carlin's number one. Chappelle's number two. Patrice O'Neal is literally number three, and then I go Richard Pryor, number four. Right? And people are gonna attack me. I don't care. It's my opinion, right? But the bottom line is this: like, he had a stroke and he couldn't talk the last few days of his life. He couldn't be witty. He didn't have that brain. he probably just didn't want to live, and that's just for not having control, food control. And a lot of times when people say stuff like this body positivity craziness that I've seen here is that we need to stop excusing bad behavior. It's okay, like, you know, look at episode 0 and episode 1. I was 420 pounds.
Were you 400?
I was 420. Like I was smoking weed in California every day, right? Which I was at the time, by the way. just so you know. And so I changed my lifestyle, and I lost over 100 pounds. Right? I'm still the same person. I just wear different clothes. And by the way, a lot of folks are like, well, what does losing over 100 pounds do for you? Well, what a lot of things. What it does for you, first of all, is that I'm not pre-diabetic. I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have high cholesterol. Number one. Number two, what it does for me is my clothes are a lot less expensive. I can wear nicer things. I feel better about myself. But also, when I do martial arts, when I train people, I can actually demonstrate now where I couldn't demonstrate before. I can go. I'm better at things to do. It's just a better lifestyle. Now, look, I'm not going to say anything to somebody who wants to be big. That's your decision. But it's crazy. I don't need to say just good things about you. I don't need to just, like, when you're big as a house and you're going outside wearing nothing with pasties, with a G-string and
you're promoting bad behavior,
and you're promoting this type of behavior. I mean, it's just like, it's like we need to stand up and tell our children, like, you know what, that's not appropriate to wear everywhere. And then what I hate the most, and I know you guys are gonna chime in, but what I hate the most is the stands who try to justify bad behavior with bad behavior. Like, oh well, Aretha Franklin, she was wearing this in the 60s, in the 70s. She was wearing something like that, and I can see her breasts. So don't let them tell Lizzo not to do it. And it's like, well, if I would have seen Aretha Franklin doing it, I would have said, hey, I love Aretha Franklin. By the way, I think Lizzo is one of the best singers of our generation.
And I think she's actually a very pretty face. So
pretty face,
anything that
super
she's not
talented. She shouldn't be wearing what she's wearing. Now,
she should be promoting her body positivity, where it's unhealthy for people to be carrying that kind of weight, because your body, your organs inside of you can only handle as much mass on you. So if you're putting way too much mass for your organs to handle, that's when you're going to have all these health complications.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're going to have arthritis. Your organs will fail. There's so many issues that can happen when you allow yourself to get to a point where you are unhealthy.
Absolutely.
Body positivity or not, you will be unhealthy. The law of physics of the universe will dictate that.
See, that's why we like having you here, because you be going to the law of physics of the universe. My man be going to the universe. One last thing I have to say about this, I'll make it short and sweet, right? You're full of it with your body positivity, because Adele was a big girl, and when she lost weight, the same body positivity people jumped on her neck, telling her that she sold them out by losing weight, and she just wasn't good enough to be happy being a big girl. And now, to the point where Adele got so much hate DMs that she didn't give an interview for over a year. And you know what she did? She went with her man. I think she was some Jamaican dude or something, because we always see her singing Jamaican music with like fake dreadlocks or whatever. She went with her man, with her little skinny self and all of her money, and went and had a good life. So let's stop the BS about body positivity, and let's just say what it is. It's a bunch of people who don't have self-control, saying that it's okay for me to be like this because changing hurts. When I changed, it was difficult. I mean, just right now, today, I went to get some food, and I was like, okay, I'm going to eat out, all right, no rice, broccoli. But that's what I have to do, because I can't eat rice 4 or 5 times a week, because it makes me bigger than I want to be. And I'm not even saying I'm like Mr. Slim Goodbody. What I'm saying is that I'm in a healthier place than I was. And that's the only thing I'm saying about anybody, is that you should just work hard in a healthier place. But
you know, I got to give her credit, though, because now I'm starting to think about it. She has, from what I've seen, there were some few posts of her working out, having a personal trainer. So, but I think what gets me is, like, actually doesn't even really get me. Honestly, I really don't care what you do. But for anyone else, you got to keep yourself at least in somewhat shape. You don't got to be like a fitness stud or fitness chick or anything like that. No. Just keep yourself in a healthy position so your family can rely on you down the road.
But my only problem is, first of all, whether you're in a healthy position or not, don't go out naked with pasties on. I don't like it when Rihanna.
I don't think she even had pasties on, did she? Wasn't it like full?
I think those are pasties. I don't know.
You sure, man?
You be the judge. But here's the last thing. I want to say, and then I'll cut it short because, of course, I don't want to beat a dead horse, and I've said what I want to say about this. There's a lot of opinions, and people have a lot of opinions over and over again, and opinions are fine. As men, we take people's opinions all the time. When we take people's opinions, we take women's opinions of us when we walk up and talk to them. We take women's opinions about how tall we should be, or six-pack abs, or six figures, or 6 inches. Well, hopefully y'all got more. We take people's opinions on us, like how we should act, how we should dress, this and that. But the interesting thing is that a lot of times when men start giving their opinions back, and we throw our opinions back, we get labeled as misogynistic. We're not misogynistic. I love women. I grew up with women. I respect women. I don't respect bad behavior. And so if I say something about bad behavior, I'm not being misogynistic. I'm calling out what I see as bad behavior in my opinion. And that's what this channel is about. Helping us improve ourselves, helping us level up, but also calling out bad behavior and holding ourselves accountable, whether it's men or women. That's why we did De-Discipline.
That's why we did a whole series on the Fresh and Fit saga.
Holding people accountable.
Right.
So, as in always, I just want to thank you for rocking with us. You could catch me on the gram at IamGorilla1. Let's see if Scott is actually going to give his gram out.
Yeah, you can go with scott.tiee. Really not on it much. But check out my YouTube channel if I get to post on there anytime soon. But anyway, and you can find all our social handles for the TIP Network at the TIP Network. One word, THPP Network. Did I say 3 P's?
Yeah.
2 P's. THPP Network.
Yes.
And we're on all the social channels.
That's all our channels. We finally got our act together.
Yeah.
And we used to say, can you handle the tip or booty in your face?
We can say like and subscribe.
All right. So let's do the housekeeping. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Hey, hit a like on the way in, hit a like on the way out, hit a like whenever you want. Help us with the algorithm. Share it to your friends. Let people know we're here. All right. We really thank y'all for rocking with us. Let's get this channel. Let's push this channel. We have a goal. I have a goal of 10,000 subscribers for this time next year. That's my personal goal. Let's see if we can do it. We can only do it with your help. So ask yourself one burning question.
Can you handle the tip?
Boom. Booty in the face.